Hello and welcome back. This is the Heir of Carthage, and we are, of course, back in the ancient world in our re-envisioned Seleucid Empire, which is taking Alexander's legacy to whole new heights. I do appreciate all of those of you who have been following along and continue to follow along and support. It's fantastic. I love making this for you, so thank you so much. Please make sure as you watch this to take a moment to comment and like so you can support the series, and we will continue to make stuff like this. We had ended the last episode with a truly brutal battle for Cyrene, and it was a really good one. Ended up in a victory for us, albeit a little more tight than I had hoped for, but leaves us in a good position against those secessionists. We should soon be able to win out. We are now in position to begin facing the new Odrysian threat, though one of my armies has the plague. Quite possibly Nurgle Plague, since CA just announced that for Warhammer 3, but we'll see. I've got Hannibal's Revenge in the Alps, which I guess is somewhat poetic, as his army had been there before, but their namesake no longer with us in this campaign. His days are past. However, he had a very good run. I think it's time for us to take Massilia. I say that. We actually need to hold the siege a little longer. There's too many troops here, so let's, I think on Warhammer it's over here where you, like, continue the siege, and then here it's on the left, so I almost always break the siege. It's probably giving some people anxiety fits. I know it does it to me, too, because almost every time it's happening to me.
There is more I could do.
Steals food from the local region. Thanks for the food, chumps. Let's see here. I forgot that you can deploy agents in this campaign. I want to go north here and see what the Boii have going on. Let's take a look at some of our other armies. We got the Heralds of Triton. This is one of our fleets. It is sailing at a frenetic pace over here to try and help against the Odrysians and Cimmerians. So I think that would be a good thing. Let's look at Athens. I have some decent naval facilities at Pella. Could always just hire up some mercenaries whenever we get where we're going. I think we're just going to continue sailing quickly towards the action with that fleet. That fleet hasn't gotten a ton of action in this game, and I'd like to get some more going with it. Looks like I was headed towards Neapolis with this fleet. We had just hurt the Massilians pretty bad. So let's go ahead and head to Neapolis, let them get a little rest and replenishment. This army had gotten a little bit chewed up in a fight, and it's going to need some new units in it. Looks like the Saba have moved back towards Gerha, but I'm going to have a pretty decent garrison at Gerha now. And our other army was making its way north to go after Adumatu. So we'll see whether they can get there in time. Pericles' Pride is holed up in Charax. I'm going to need to stay there at the moment, so we don't want them to move. The Defenders of Olympus, check them out. So they are in Genua with no other real targets at the moment. Since I still have Hannibal's army here, I about half wonder if I should move this army forward and make for Gallic territory. We've got the road open to Bibracte, the north. Might do that. Make a push while we have some of the peace agreements, at least temporarily. Because I've still got Hannibal's Revenge that can do some border patrol here. And like I said, Pericles' Pride is going to sit still. Hannibal's Revenge is going to be sitting still this turn. Let's go ahead and end this one. We do have some unassigned skill points first, though. Take care of that. That's going to be for the epic battle outside of Cyrene. Authority when leading. Shots per minute for all units. Mercenary hiring cost. Experience gain rate. All those are pretty low and crappy, but I guess we'll just take all the little bits we can. Looking to see if there's anything that decreases corruption, but all that stuff increases it, so authority, wealth from farming, morale. A little bit of replen push. I really love the strategy tree, so I'm going to run down the strategy tree with this character. Alright, let's end the battle, and I'm gonna end the turn. I'm gonna get to some of your comments. Dermentia says, that was truly a brutal battle. Good stuff in the late game. The Siege of Cyrene will go down as one of the most brutal battles of the Third Seleucid War. I don't know what we call this war, but that might be it. But thank you, Dermentia. Yeah, I think that one was a really, really fun late game battle. Hollow Killer says, Air always scares me, about to break a siege before he realizes it's the wrong button, just waiting until he clicks it. Well, apparently you're not the only one who fears that, because I just mentioned it, and I fear it as well. Bozy321 says, I feel the shield bearers underperform a lot. I know their function is to guard the vulnerable flanks, but these were the star infantry performers in Alexander's army that basically could do everything at an outstanding level, and were still fighting and winning battles at the ages of 60 and 70. I wish they were a bit more versatile in this game, as they could usually beat any pike or hoplite they faced in real life. I feel like that Royal Peltists are probably a better representation of what we read about as shield bearers. But I could be wrong. You all can tell me what you think, but I feel like Royal Peltists are actually probably, in terms of what you hear about shield bearers, a better representation of what you heard. At least, I mean, that's just my thoughts on it, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna move all the way up here. I could end up ambushed, though, if I don't slow the march. Slowing the march is going to slow my progress, and we can't really have that, so I'm going to risk the potential ambush. I mean, this army can probably fight its way out of an ambush with all these sword units up against the light Sabine infantry that we're going to be up against. So let's just go ahead and head north, get lined up on the border. I'm going to keep Charax guarded, because Charax is not going to be nearly so well defended. Gerha has its full garrison here. We're going to have 1,000 pikemen, 160 hoplites, some Tarentine cavalry, 4 hillmen, eastern spears, mob, Syrian heavies, some slingers, archers. Like, we've got an excellent garrison, and I don't think the bronze warriors are going to be able to break it. So as long as they fight me in the settlement, I feel pretty confident that we're going to be able to take them out. Let's see here. Some fish. Alright, where all do we need to get some work done? The Separatists are headed back towards Peritonian. So I'm going to go garrison it. That's going to leave them with a tough situation. They have a really good army here. That's a lot of thorax pikes. Then they have 3 elephant units and a cataphract. So, I mean, it's a pretty tough army that we're going to be up against there. So they basically have us just pretty much straight up outmatched in many departments, though not all. So, not all. We're working on improved military recruitment capability, but this army is at least capable of getting in another fight. It's not what it once was, but it is capable of getting into another brawl and being able to find some success. Let's go take a look at what we can do on the Odrysian front here. I'm going to march towards Navisos. I think we can reach Navisos on this turn. Sons of Rhea, we can, and it has no garrison, so the Odrysians are going to lose that settlement, which was formerly mine anyway. And it still is Hellenic, but it was changing, so let's swap this back over to the Shrine of Poseidon. And this army has stopped plaguing and will begin replenishing, so now we should be able to get on an offensive against the Odrysians. I'm going to sail into the Bosphorus here and see if I can go take out some of these more lightly held Cimmerian settlements with my fleet. Very possible we can. I was told that one of our objectives would be to go to Kartuba and liberate the Turdetani. I would like to, but that's also going to have me kick off a war with the Numidians, so I will likely do that, but I don't really want to kick off a war with the Numidians at the moment, so I will probably wait, at least for the time being, to make any such move, but we can go liberate the Turdetani before the game's over, just for fun's sake. We're going to need more towers outside of Massilia. More towers, indeed. Let's take a look here.
My skills are
My spy is still stealing food, but we don't really need any food. Let's just have him do some army sabotage for us here. What a failure.
Fail you again.
You say that, but I just get the feeling that you will.
I see Dionysus has been
Wow, we don't have much movement range up there. Alright, so our fleet at Neapolis. Let's get rid of these mercenaries. That's just wasting upkeep cost. Can always re-recruit them at a later time if we feel like we need to. Really nowhere that they need to go on this turn. Heralds of Thanos are the ones that are replenishing from the plague, so they kind of need to stay put. Pericles' Pride is holding, at least for the moment. And then this army here has already made its move. So we've looked at those. The Might of Heracles is sieging. The Brothers of Xenophon are replenishing at Cyrene after that massive victory in their first outing, and then Hannibal's Revenge is holding at Coria. So not a whole lot else for us to do. I'm actually just going to save my cash from this turn, and we'll spend it on the next turn on our buildings. It looks like the Massilians are going to sally out, so that'll actually be more interesting than sieging, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get this thing loaded up. Francesco says, you know what would be a little but interesting function CA could add to the trading region mechanic, like the one in Troy, but done right? Speaking air, did you finish Odysseus, or have you not gotten to it in a while? No, I haven't finished it, and I am going to get to it, so I apologize for those following Odysseus, but I've just had so much other stuff going on that I kind of had to put it on hold while I did that, but we will finish a campaign in Troy, so hang tight. We will get there. The DA Wins says, whoo, that final battle was great. I wonder if the general that seceded had good morale bonuses for his army. Quite possibly. I mean, they put up one heck of a fight late into that battle. It was starting to get frustrating for me, but overall was really good in the sense that we were able to defeat them pretty heavily. They attacked me, so they have to sally out, but it also leaves me in like this awkward position where their towers are going to be shooting at me. Need to get all of my units with equipment and drop it. And we've got our Silver Shield swords, quite a lot of them. I'm just going to kind of hole up into a good defensive position here. There's going to be naval units potentially coming in too. Right up against the edge of the map here. I want to see what the AI is going to do here, because like I said, they attacked me. So it means they actually have to come out and do something about it. You will lose if the time runs out? What? Why will I lose? They attacked me. What the CA please is this? They attacked me. I lose if the time runs out. Alright, whatever. This is the way we're gonna play it, then. Get ready to get wrecked, uglies.
Into the tower! Ready and waiting. Silver shield swordsmen. To your positions.
Alright, I'm gonna have to fast forward because it's gonna take absolutely forever. This is irritating. This is gonna go down this way. I'm just gonna push my towers up right here, capture these ones, and then make my way down towards the gatehouse. These swordsmen. If I need to, I can push my ladders up to the walls. We should be okay with just the towers. They've garrisoned this wall right here now. Alright, got my men climbing up into the towers. As close as I can get to that tower, and get right up next to that one there. I'm going to try and play somewhat safe with my troops here. I've got all my guys off of formation attack. We're still going to take a few losses here the way the tower is firing across me there. The citizen cavalry behind me. We're taking a few losses there. 22% on the tower, 27% here. So we're not going to lose anything on the tower. Some light hoplites and Celtic tribesmen here. They should get crapped on pretty bad. And then I'm going to take this other tower. I'm going to grab 2 of these ladder sets. And I'm going to run up 2 more silver shields behind these. Work on capturing these walls.
Silver shield swordsman. Melee troops awaiting orders.
Hopefully, yeah, I'm starting to contest that tower, and I'd like to be able to contest this one too, but I don't think we're going to be... I am going to move over here and try and contest this tower. I want the towers out of control for my enemies, because they get a lot of kills. Look at that. This unit already down to 124. I think they were already damaged prior to this fight, but look how many of them are laying on the ground dead from those towers. Like, you take ludicrous damage from towers in this game. But that one is now going to be done firing at me. Both of them are. Speaking of firing at me, though, we got some Celtic slingers back here. I'm going to capture that tower.
Melee infantry ready.
That should be my tower now.
We have captured a tower.
Alright, these guys are going to come back at me here, but I got to stay in the tower zone here. We're taking a lot of damage from those slingers, which is really irritating. So the AI is going to throw all in at us over here. Bring these Royal Peltist over. I've got second units climbing up the tower, so we'll have reinforcements up soon. I can't give this tower back to these guys, so I'm unfortunately kind of stuck in this position, and I'm just going to be taking fire from those slingers, but I do have reinforcements coming. And then I've got more coming there and here. Celtic skirmishers. What we could do is, now that it's safe from archer towers, I could bring my Syrian heavies up, start raining down over the walls into our enemies. A Silver Shield swordsman should be able to stick in this fight for quite a long time. They're pretty tough, especially with reinforcements coming along. And with the Syrian heavies moving up. Okay. Gotta plug in my headset real quick. I'm gonna do that while this just kind of plays itself for a moment. Alright, I'm back in business.
We have captured a tower.
Yours to command.
I don't know why these guys moved all the way over there.
Silver shield swordsman.
So I'm going to continue to hold that tower. My Silver Shield swords have taken a bit of damage, but they are also dishing out some heavy damage. I'm actually I need my archers over here more than anywhere else, because we're getting shredded by these Celtic slingers. Come on, archers. I need more reinforcements. Let's bring up the Royal Peltist. Keep the shield bearers and other Peltist on standby for now. My Silver Shields, like I said, they're taking some losses in this process, but they are performing extremely admirably right now. The towers are firing at my behalf, and my Syrian heavies are now in range of some of these skirmishers and slingers. So I'm going to let them have it. Let's actually target that Celtic slinger.
Fire!
Let's use some precision shot here. Lay down some pretty thick covering fire for my troops, so archers are very handy. This is one of the reasons why they're superior to slingers. Slingers, like I said, they do that good AP, but archers just have a more versatile line of fire, and they deal high damage. So I definitely prefer the archers in this game when it's an option for me. But it's not to say that slingers don't have their uses, because they most certainly do. You can see my Silver Shield Swordsman really starting to take control of the walls here. In fact, I'm going to bring some of my Silver Shields down off the walls.
Quick march! Double time! Melee infantry at your command! We await your command.
I'm going to keep my Royal Peltist in reserve at the moment. I want to try and keep them fresh and in good health. Let's keep firing at the Celtic Slingers. The more Celtic Slingers and Skirmishers we kill, the better. Speaking of Celtic Skirmishers, we got some over here harassing us. And I've got more Slingers over here that I'm taking fire off of. I've done some damage to those. I think I'm going to turn my attention to this other one because I'm taking a lot of fire here as well. I'm going to go ahead and send my Royal Peltist up right here. We've got inbound enemies. Silver Shield Swordsman right here is just getting absolutely shellacked right now. I'm doing my best to put archer fire over the walls, and it is working. We're certainly getting some damage done, but the AI just manages to continue to stay alive and keep doing ridiculous damage with its slingers. I just don't want all of my Silver Shield swords to die here. And they may, because I have no way off that wall, and those slingers have just been relentless and effective.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Fortunately for me, though, we're winning the melee in a very convincing fashion. I don't want you shooting the Massilian hoplites. I lost vision on the Celtic Slingers over here. Here they are. Do some precision shot. Man, we're taking some shots from those Celtic Skirmishers, and I don't like it. Said, fortunately for me, my Silver Shield swords are very capable. I've now got Royal Peltist up here on the wall too, and they are putting some javelins into these Celtic Skirmishers and Slingers. So that is going to play out in my favor. Send another unit of Royal Peltist up. Shoot those Slingers, please. I'm going to lose this unit of Silver Shields, probably. Sucks, because they're not easy to re-recruit.
The men are wavering.
But I do have some places to do so back in Italy. But that's the nature of a siege battle. But this whole thing's screwy because they attacked me and it said I was going to lose if the time ran out, and then they didn't have to attack me. I think they attacked with like their fleet or something. And it's just some kind of screwy situation here where they basically get to get away with murder.
Silver Shield Swordsman! Melee infantry at your command! Royal Peltasts!
Those Celtic Skirmishers have taken a
One
bit
our
of a
units
beating.
used all its ammunition.
This unit's now used up all its ammo, so I'm going to just throw it into this fight and try and relieve my Silver Shields. I'm gonna bring up my shield bearers. Gonna take them about 10 years to get up here. They are just throwing all in down here on the ground in this fight, and I just don't know that that's gonna go particularly well for them.
Entire unit has perished.
That's that unit of Silver Shields that I've been worried about.
Melee infantry! We await your command! Royal Peltasts!
I'm gonna let this Royal Pelt just throw the rest of their javelins into that fight. That tower really shooting at me from over there? That kind of seems like crap. Or is that my tower firing down in? I got to use the whip going. I'm gonna try and cause some extra damage. These javelins are doing nice. I've already got 50 kills on this Royal Peltist. Kind of just thinking about leaving them up there. They might get more kills up there than they will if I charge them down. Because they're just really raining those javelins in there.
Silver shield swordsman.
I think I'm going to relieve these silver shields. I'm going to pull them away from this fight for a moment. And let my Royal Peltist stand in. And then I'm going to maybe try and go for the pincer with my shield bearers. My Royal Peltist are active, whereas most of these troops ought to be worn out. And then the Royal Peltist are also a very high attack unit. That'll allow my silver shields to rest now. I'm going to go ahead and bring some reinforcements down from here too, to help relieve these silver shields who have fought extremely valiantly. Silver shields don't get kills in a big hurry, but they deal a little more damage, and they're a lot more defensive than our Royal Peltist. You can see there 122 kills and climbing quickly for the Royal Peltist. They have a higher attack skill. That silver shield is fresh. I don't understand how that's the case. This one's only active. But that's okay. Our Royal Peltist have come in, and they're really doing a bang-up job here, so I'm going to let them complete it. And then they've come down here as well. That was their tower firing in. I swear they're like getting shots from somewhere over here. Yeah, they are. What a ripoff. I think it's hitting their own guys, though, in an attempt to get to mine. Right, get up here. Try and outflank. Yeah, that Royal Peltist done. I'm going to go in to use the whip, see if we can clean that fight up. I'm going to do the same thing down here with this Royal Peltist. Let's use the whip. Alright, I've got a shield bearer on the way up. You know what? I'm going to bring this other shield bearer right behind here and throw it into this fight too. And if I throw a couple shield bearers in, we should be able to crack all of these Sicilian hoplites and other units that are there.
Spears ready. Cut them down.
Some Massilian Thurio spears.
Shield bearers.
Yeah, these units are slowly but surely being overwhelmed down here. Use the whip again.
Royal Peltasts. Shield bearers. Attack their position. Spear infantry at your command.
Let's take it easy there, archers. Hang on to your ammo. I may end up needing it for a late game piece because they may have a unit or two in the victory point that becomes an issue. Alright, so we've now got our shield bearers up on the walls. And I'm about to have even more shield bearers start pouring into the flank of this fight, so these hoplites are completely surrounded on the walls, and now they're going to have even more troops in their midst. So I would expect that their leadership may not hold out. Is this unit exhausted now? It is. Now that that unit's exhausted, let's start reinforcing with this silver shield again. In fact, I'm going to pour them all in. So these Royal Peltists did a great job coming in, picking up some slack when we needed it. We're not going to get kills quickly on our shield bearers. They almost always underperform because CA gave them really trashy weapon damage when it should have been much better. Alright, I'm going to pull the Royal Peltist back and rest it. Alright, so now we push forward with the silver shields. We use the whip. Alright, it's going good, and then down here we are just slowly but surely grinding these units out. My units are very tired and worn out, but they're just better than the units they're fighting. So they're going to eventually win that. And then, like I said, we've ground these guys out too, so Siege of Massilia now just kind of like a weight of numbers thing. So we've sent our enemies fleeing. I don't know if that is the end of the battle as a whole. I mean, we haven't gotten a victory yet. So I expect that they have some units back on the town center.
Spear infantry At your command.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Where am I under fire? My own tower there, basically. I'll go ahead and move over here.
Royal peltasts.
Down.
Shield bearers.
Top down here. I'm gonna send my shield bearers to capture the gatehouse and let my cavalry in. I have to fast forward. These siege battles take forever.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Alright, see, we're gonna come under a lot of tower fire here. Look how many shield bearers. It's like killing like 5 or 6 of them every time it shoots. Holy crap, it's like a ballista firing out of the tower. That is absolutely obscene, the amount of damage that does. Look at this unit. Down to 60, 50. Holy cow, that unit was like full strength and we're down to 36 just capturing an arrow tower. And that was an elite, extremely well shielded unit.
We have captured a tower.
The towers on this game are busted. Like, absolutely broken.
Orders, my lord. Missile in.
Got a lot of ammunition on my light peltist as well. Oh, freak, there's an arrow tower over here, too. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna send my other shield bearer up here to be the bearer of bad news. You're gonna have to go capture these towers. There's another one over there in my way. Look at it, just picking my guys off over here.
Silver shield swordsman.
I can't spread my troops out either. Roman troops can, but these ones can't. Oh my gosh, why are you stopping? Go! 126. Fortunately, my unit got spread out a little, and it kind of took away some of the damage that tower's doing. 122. We lost, what, 40, now almost 50. We lost basically 50 men just moving up to that tower and capturing it. We lost more than
We
that
have
getting the
captured
other
a
one.
tower.
It's absolutely bonkers what the towers do in this game.
At the double. Advance at speed. At your service. Elephants ready for battle. Onward.
Let's move all these troops into the gates. No. I don't want to lose any units. We're gonna have to be patient. I got a unit under fire over here. Dadgummit. Now you might as well stay and capture that. Well, I had my Royal Peltis very healthy, and we just lost about 50 of them capturing another tower because all they had to do was move down this corridor here like the other one did, but they chose to go walk right in front of an enemy tower because CA please.
We await your command.
Oh my gosh, man, this game sometimes, this game.
Silver shield swordsman. Cup of glory. Melee infantry at your command.
Sometimes it is just a little too much for me.
Tower.
Bad pathfinding and some of the other janky crap that goes on. Like, I love this game and I love this time period, but sometimes it just makes me want to vomit because it is so bad still.
Riders at the double. Armored elephant. I will die.
Like, look at this.
Peltasts.
What's this unit doing? Thought I gave it a movement order over here. Maybe I didn't. Guess I didn't. Weird pathfinding going on here because remember you can only get on walls like these gatehouses and it's just like oddly slow and awkward. Like look at your men, they're like, should I go up? Maybe, no, maybe, yes. They're like all split up and acting weird. Alright, so only one of my Royal Peltas came through that fairly healthy. Gonna make our way across this massive town.
Ready.
Alright, can you all please just take a normal pathfinding where I want you to go? Like that's all I want you to do. Like just don't do anything stupid,
Ready
please.
for orders. Double time. We await your orders.
Just no dumb pathfinding. That's all I ask. Yeah, Yeah, see, these guys are about to do a stupid pathfinding past that tower. Oh man, you gotta really be on your game here.
Heavy archers! Heavy archers! Peltasts!
Okay, no one's got a bad pathfinding mission now.
Heavy archers!
These two can kind of stay back out of the way because they don't have any ammo. Still don't see any units over here at the victory point.
Knights!
Let's let my heavy cavalry rest. I'll go do a little bit of... Well, I don't want to scout with my heavy cavalry because we got another stupid tower up here. I'll move up maybe just close enough. Hopefully I can see what's going on here, but I'm going to try and stay outside of that arrow tower range. I do not see a unit on the capture point, the victory point, but it's got to be there.
Royal Peltasts!
I'd like to use my light peltas to make this approach. I'm gonna have to fast forward because they're gonna be tired. Did that tower end up shooting me? It did. My guys moved just a hair too far forward and I lost a couple of horsemen there. Holy crap. This game is stingy with the towers. Let's active fresh, winded. Alright. Come on now. Get our stamina back. You are skirmishers after all, you should be used to running. Let's go see what we can get eyes on up here. That arrow tower is going to start killing hundreds of my men.
Royal Peltasts! At the double!
Yeah, look, I've lost 10 in that unit. We're there.
Peltasts!
Just lost even more. Still no sign of enemy
By your command!
troops. Maybe when we get on top of the stairs, we'll have line of sight? Yep. Celtic slingers. And they're shaking.
Missile infantry at your command! What are your orders?
My orders are to kill those Celtic slingers, please.
Peltasts!
Not before I take that tower out of commission. It's probably gotten 110 kills. Or more.
Royal Peltasts! Close ranks! Our orders! Raise shields! Peltasts!
Alright, freaking unload all over that slinger, please.
Azat! Royal Peltasts!
There we go. So a single slinger in the town center ended up costing me hundreds more losses. Holy cow, 469 kills on that one silver shield. That is impressive. Yeah, had to take hundreds of casualties just to get in and rout a single wavering Celtic slinger. And because they attacked me, just won't be the end of their army. I'm gonna have to keep waiting them out on a siege, I think. And you would hope not. I took the victory point, but I could see that being the case just because, you know, CA. Nope, we got it. Good. Glad that my cynicism didn't come true there. I don't know what was just broken there, but something was. The Iceni just declare war on me? Maybe? I think they did. I was heading towards Bract, but I'll probably have to back up because if the Iceni did just renew our war, They at least broke our trade
Our
agreement, I
struggle
think.
will end badly and with little honor for anyone.
Well, it's going to end with honor for
Such as
me,
these.
but it's not going to end with any honor for you. So, I mean, that sounds more like a you problem and less of a me problem. All right, the secessionists have arrived. The auto-resolve is actually giving us a really good chance here. And actually, we do have some pretty good opportunities, I think. Let's fight this one. The reason I say I think we have some good opportunities is we're going to be able to fight in choke points, and we have superior range, which means we can bottle up all their superior thorax pikes and pepper them with archer fire. So I do like where this is going. At least I think I will. So basically, you just choke up your main entrance with pikes. You know what I mean? Something like this. So we choke all that off with pikes. Got a few more pikes here. I'll put them up in front because they're a garrison unit. Then same thing, like I'll put this unit right up in front, just do a little bit of charge blocking.
We are at your command.
And then we can have our archers and slingers kind of at the ready to guard either way. Then our Median cavalry, I'm going to hide over here.
My lord.
Behind these buildings. And I'll hold my elephants to just kind of pile on as needed.
Spears ready. As you command. Commander. Yes, Commander. Royal Thorax Swordsman.
Okay.
Through your spears. Melee troops.
There we go. Let's just see what the secessionists do. See where they're going to bring their main attacks from. Like I said, we'll just use our archers to control this situation. Looks like they're going to be attacking heavy from this direction to start. So let's reposition our archers.
Your orders.
They have a Tarentine cavalry here that will want to mow down relatively early.
Orders.
We know how much damage the AI can do with some javelins at their disposal.
Defensive position.
And let's bring our slingers over to shoot back at that skirmisher cavalry. Alright, Tarentine cavalry is going to eat it. Cataphracts are no risk. The enemy general on the Indian armored elephants is going to need to be the object of our archers' attention here. Let's flame them up, boys. Light them up. I like that black color scheme that the secessionists have. That would actually have been a really cool color scheme for the Seleucids. Alright, they killed their own elephants because I ran them amok. Sometimes you get that benefit. Go back to standard shot here. Honestly, nothing else here is really much of a concern. They do have some of their own Persian light archers. I'm going to lay down fire on them, and then we'll need to start ripping into their pikes. But otherwise, we do have some more elephants coming in from this side. I'll start picking at them as need be. There we go, target the slingers, and then I'll bring my Thurio spears up behind the slingers to be able to put some javelins into those elephants. Let's get back to the archer situation. We hopefully have killed the enemy, light archers. Now we're going to start targeting pikemen. Actually, thorax pikemen will be what we want to target. So the thorax pikemen are superior to us in melee, so we have to cut them down. They've also got a unit of silver shields, but their silver shields shouldn't be able to do much because they can't outflank me. Right, that thorax pike unit got absolutely destroyed.
The men are wavering.
Alright, they're coming in from my flanks over here. Let's bring those elephants down, maintain a defensive position.
Thorax swordsman. On me.
I thought their general killed his elephants. I don't really know how that works. Okay, archers. Yeah, so this fight actually ended up favoring us heavily.
This is a shameful display.
Thorax swords. Let's go ahead and kill this pike unit here. That was just some mob that was routing over there, so it's actually not that shameful of a display. Got a lot of thorax pikes over here next. And I think before I run out of ammo, I'm going to take my Persian light archers and turn on these thorax pikes, because this flank is much less of a concern for me. Okay, archers, you don't really need to be running that far away, but I guess whatever. Just do your thing. Got a pike unit bearing down on me in here. Is that another pike unit? Yeah, I'm going to activate my Median cavalry over here. So yeah, this ended up being an extremely favorable position for us to fight from. The choke points allowed me to control their thorax pikes near perfectly. I'm going to keep pouring fire into here.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
You're a shameful display, announcer. Alright. So the thorax pikes are being depleted and destroyed.
Men flee the field of battle.
I think it's just a mob unit that kind of keeps coming in and out and fleeing. Could be wrong. Maybe a like Eastern Spear or something. Got a rear charge there. Those pikes are going to go down. And we should be about to turn this battle.
Our men flee the field of battle.
I see the Silver Shield Swordsman did terrible headlong into a phalanx. Basically every unit does, unless it's a superior phalanx. So that's why this was such a better position to fight from than if we had to fight on the open field, because we would have had to have dealt with all of their units at once, essentially.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Would have been far more dangerous. We've basically beaten back the secessionists at this point.
Commander! Yours to command.
Let's throw everything we got. Probably even throw my general in here. Might as well. I don't think there's any risk of death.
Persian archers!
And let's mow down this last pike unit.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Yeah, let my general help finish these guys off. Just a big nasty melee blob there. It's going to be the end of those thorax swords, and then this last pike unit over here is getting shredded. And we should be near a chain route.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Boy, my Persian archers, they absolutely owned in this fight.
Find your targets! Median cavalry!
Our general is under attack.
Yes, he is. That's it, folks. All right, so nice big victory for us there over the secessionists. And that was a good one for us because their army was actually superior to us in a number of ways. We did have the range advantage, but using that range advantage would have been difficult on the open battlefield because we would have had to try to be targeting many units at once. But because they had to fight us in a choke point, we were able to really single them out and destroy them. And that was a really fantastic result for us.
A simple tribute is all that is expected and needed. Then all can be fair words between us.
I guess so. I got enough money. I mean, it's weird that I would pay out to someone, but you know what? The Gaiatuli aren't fighting me at the moment. I'll take it. Better friend than foe at this time. Right, immediate or intimidate opposition. Local bandits have offered their services to intimidate opposition. Accept or refuse. Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. We got slums. I did it, folks. All right, we destroyed the secessionists. Protection is going to expire from a civil war. That's fine. We don't really care. I finally created slums for us in Genua. And now my camera is all turned around. Woo, here we go. Let's take a ride around back northward facing. All right, so Massilia is ours. I think the Iceni just broke their trade agreement. Encourage populace. Alliance broken. Oh, between the Iceni and the Arverni. Okay, never mind. That was not what I thought it was. Invasion force lands, but that was the secessionist, and they are now dead. So this is good. This is good.
We hunger for battle.
We've got an army on the doorstep of Debract here to fight the Arverni. Pushing into the barbarian borders. It's a large Iceni army here, too. We're going to be back at war with the Iceni at literally any moment. What's the auto-resolve look like here? Pretty good. I think it would do better for me than if I fought this. Let's quick save. Run a balanced stance and see if we get screwed or not. We've seen how these siege battles are with the arrow towers and stuff. Like, if the auto-resolve's going to be halfway kind to me, I mean, it killed my elephants for the most part, but, I mean, that's... it is what it is. Oh, I occupied it instead of wrecking it. My bad. My mistake. I've done this a number of times. Just tear it all down. Alright, we'll need to make sure that we don't turn that into slums on the next turn, but you know how that is with me. We'll see. So we did lose our one Silver Shield Swordsman there, which kind of stinks. But we could at least temporarily replace it with a Thorax Sword. It is kind of a crappy replacement, unless we got a better replacement from mercenaries. No, because we're in barbarian territory, not likely. Let's go ahead and grab that swordsman. So I don't have time to turn around, but we can start the process of getting more stuff done there. Fixing the slums that I made at Genua. And let's take a look on the Odrysian side here. Okay, the Heralds of Thanos are replenishing nicely. Our king is becoming ready for more action. I don't think the Odrysians have a lot of steam left in them. Might have been just about all they had to offer. Was those couple of crappy attacks. The Cimmerians got back here. Sail the Heralds of Triton towards danger. Not much we can hire back here, but I'll go ahead and hire it. Just take on any extra strength we can. I'll move this army here. And the Heralds of Thanos, I think I'm going to move them up onto this border. And let's... spend some money there too, because it's looking pretty weak. No doubt many things we could spend our money on at the moment. We have more things than we can really get to. Let's get another comment here, by the way, real quick. History and Footy Lover says, the Siege of Cyrene was the perfect way to end the episode. What an incredible battle. The AI actually did pretty well. Yeah, they did. Yeah. It was actually a pretty decent fight for the AI and a fun one in general. Will Davis says, I feel like trade could be an avenue to explore in the next historical Total War. Yeah, it would be neat to see more done with trade in them for sure. Phalanx says, I've watched your videos on and off for a few years. I love your content and the skill with which you play the game. I feel like I don't have enough skill, but I'm glad you see so. Says, I do note that when you fight a battle where the enemy will receive reinforcements, you seldom check to see which direction they're coming from and sometimes get caught in the flank. Yep, so you got to keep a better eye on your radar map than I do a lot of times. I get to talking, and so I just do that. Smoking Free says, good day, Air. Really enjoying this campaign. Will greatly miss it when it's gone. I have been watching your videos since the Rome 1 days, and you still always will be, as Fodge said, the cool uncle of Total War. Well, thank you, sir. I'm glad you all are enjoying the content. I love making it. It is a ton of fun. All right, so the War of Secession is over there. No doubt we will have another one soon, though. So let's take a look at whatever new political parties out there. The Indian families are next up. The Egyptian families are extremely loyal, and the Indian families are now too. We shouldn't have any civil wars, at least for the time being now, because I think the other families have seen what happens to those who don't like to be loyal, and it doesn't end well for them. So I think we'll probably, hopefully, have a few less wars in our near future here. Get more of our children married off. We're going to have to wait a turn there. We'll wait on the next turn and marry off a couple more of them, but that should keep our family tree ever growing with new children, larger families, and I think that's going to be a good place to leave this one off for today. That's good progress. We've pushed further into barbarian territory. We took Massilia. We pushed against the Odrysians. We're about to push against the Cimmerians in the next episode. Something tells me I'm going to end up fighting Tylus sooner or later as well, and they've got some territory all the way out here to Rhodes. I've got these armies that'll no longer be needed down here, most likely. I think I'm going to send one of them back to Africa. Be a long march, but we'll get them started back to Africa. And Athena's Faithful will no longer be needed here, so I wonder if I ought to sail it north to, like, Crete and get ready to jump on the Tylusian, whatever you want to say that one. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Do hope you all enjoyed it. I will see you again soon with some more action in Total War Rome 2.